Oh, hello. Sorry I didn't notice you there. As you can see, I'm just sat at my humble abode on my desk playing a bit of Grand Theft Punk Solid 76. Yeah. Anyway, as you may notice from what little you can see from this perspective, up in the top left-hand corner, I've got a little FPS counter up there, and frankly, I feel like my FPS is a little low. Now, I'm playing on a Samsung 4K display. It's 32 inches across, and I feel like I get pretty good graphics. But if I look over here in the settings and the graphics, I'm actually playing with everything kind of at, you know, low settings more or less across the board to bring my FPS up a little bit, and that's just not going to cut it. So you guys are joining me today with the chief purpose of making sure that this wonderful beast to my right over here is properly equipped. And so for this project, we're going to use a screwdriver, different multi-headed switchable screwdrivers, and we're going to use a torch for when we inevitably lose the screws down the back of the case, an assortment of different Allen keys in a selection of sizes, a gun, oops, sorry, I read that one wrong, a heat gun, some wipes for wiping up all the sperm when we're done, a 24-pin bridge connector, and a tape measure for when we actually try and do this properly. So the first thing that we're going to get started doing just quickly is we're going to just make sure that we've turned off our PC, and then as we're shutting down we're also going to need to make sure that we disconnect everything from the back of the computer. Bring this hefty boy to where he can be worked on. Now that we've made a start here, I'm just going to make sure that we've switched off the power supply at the back, and then unscrew all these screws, try not to lose them, and put them off to the side. And then we're going to take this lovely glass panel, which is nice and dusty, but you probably won't be able to see that. I'm going to put it somewhere for safekeeping, and then we can start to think about the inside of the computer. And so now I've got myself a receptacle to catch any of the used liquid that we have in there. We're going to use some paper towels, and then we're also going to use a little jug here, and we're just going to put some water in, and we're going to flush the loop out as best we can, get as much of this lovely orange shit out as we can, so that we can start thinking about filling it with a different coloured fluid that is actual fluid. And for the purposes of draining this, I will need the assistance of my helpful manservant, Mr. French.
Bonjour.
Bonjour indeed. So, I suppose then, Mr. French, we will have to start. And then we're going to fill that back up with...
Hello viewers, whilst he's disappeared, I would like to remind you to subscribe to Finn's YouTube channel.
It's at this point, of course, that you crack open a cold one with the boys.
Cheers.
Cheers. So now that we've kind of we've flushed out a lot of stuff, we've taken out a lot of bits, so we're missing the 360 rad at the front, the 240 rad at the top, the GPU is gone, the pump is obviously gone, and the built-in reservoir to do with that. We're going to look at what we're going to be installing. So first of all, we have the GeForce RTX even 3080 Ti. And this obviously comes from Gigabyte, but it's made originally by NVidia. And in here we have all of the requisite bits, and inside our graphics card, which we'll get out shortly. Of course, our next bit after that is we're going to need to install a new pump. My old pump was kind of on the way out, I wasn't sure it was giving me enough power, and also this one has RGB, so I can, you know, be one of those plebs with a lot of RGB. So we will start to think about installing that. I think I'm going to take a look at the graphics card. Me and Frenchie will decide whether or not we're going to mount it vertically or not, and then we'll get everything installed and looking good. Alright, so a bit of time later, we have now reinstalled for the most part the pump, the radiators, etc. We've cleaned out some of the outlying bits, and we have put in the new graphics card, we put in the new pump, and we are getting ready to do the loop. Now, what are we going to need? We're going to need pipe. So if you would like to grab the pipe, Monsieur Francais, and hand that over to me, thank you very much. So yeah, we've got some clear HK high definition PETG tubing, which we're going to get going. Now, my top tip for anyone who wants to do this, I will show you the technique. The silicon tube of doom. So obviously if you try and push that in there, you're going to have a pretty tough time to get it all the way in. You can only get it a couple of millimeters before you're pushing it. So twisting it will help you get it further. But it comes to a point where the surface area of the silicon touching the inside of the PETG tube becomes too high for you to actually overcome the friction, and so you need
lube,
washing up liquid, because you can just run water through it and it will wash straight out. So you bend the tube, you make sure it fits, you take it out, you run water through to clean out the washing up liquid, because it's a degreaser anyway, and then it'll be nice and clean. Obviously we're using a branded
of course,
washing up liquid, but other washing up liquids are available.
Yep.
So
we are not sponsored in any way. Missed. We're not sponsored in any way by Fairy.
Yeah. So there you are, just a bit around like that, and
then we can just spit on it as well.
Yeah, just gonna get like that, and then just get it on there, and then literally you can see pushing wet spaghetti up a cat's bottom. In fact, Frenchie, the cats are downstairs. Grab one. No. Right. Okay. Oh, a little bit further. Fucking wongs. I've temporarily put a little stick in there to.
Fuck yeah, boy. Yeah, you got some 3D. Oh, there's a final Thingiverse for it, and it's syphilis. Not syphilis.
It's syphilis. There's a file on Thingiverse for syphilis, Frenchie.
It's not even Sisyphus. It's Atlas.
It's not even the guy you were gonna say. Oh, I want to download me some syphilis, bro.
Go on Tinder, mate. You'll find plenty there.
Got any more syphilis, my dude?
Moving on.
So, we've done quite a bit now. We've put the graphics card in. We've bent the pipes for the loop. We've got the pump in. We've created the filling bong for the purposes of filling up the loop now. Made from salvaged parts of the old pump. So now we're going to actually do the fill. So watch attentively while we fill it with blue fluid. Okay, and with that we're now a long time after. We're pretty much 14 hours after we started. It's now been finished. Frenchie's gone home. He went home a number of hours ago, and ever since I've just been doing the last little bits. So I did some cable management at the back. I tidied it up a little bit. I got the all the RGB working correctly. I got it all assigned over to a nice blue colour scheme. And then I've just been editing this very video. I would have done some footage of me playing around with the new stuff, but I mean, frankly, we all know that it's going to be a step up from what I had. I mean, I had a GTX 1080 Ti, which is what now 4-5 years old, and I stepped up to an RTX 3080 Ti. Obviously, the 1080 Ti is not bad, but the 3080 Ti obviously has ray tracing, has DLSS. Has a whole bunch of cool features. Obviously, GDDR6X memory. So just crazy specs by comparison. So we all knew it was going to be a step up. But yeah, it's been pretty fantastic working on this. It's been good fun making a video out of it, because I don't normally do live action videos. I do make videos for my paintball channel, which you can check out at the Phoenix Initiative Paintball on YouTube. But yeah, otherwise I don't really do live action videos. I make DCS tutorials, or I play random games. So yeah, it's been pretty great. Thank you all for watching. I hope you tune in next time for whatever escapades that I might have, and that perhaps you might subscribe, maybe, who knows. Yeah, thank you for your time. I've been Finn, or YetAnotherGamingFail. Have a lovely day.